Hey guys, my name is Peggy here at Peggy Still Stitching. Firstly, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, maybe like the video and subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Recently I did do my mid-year whip parade and I couldn't have imagined the amount of support that would bring in, so thank you so much. I've really enjoyed interacting with everyone through that. I found a lot of Aussies had commented, and that was really lovely as well. So essentially it has been a little while since I filmed now. It was school holidays here in Australia. I do have a daughter that was at home, and I could not have anticipated how little time I would actually have juggling work and childcare and all the things. So I am just going to jump in. This is my second go trying to film this because my daughter is home today. So hopefully this might be the one that takes. Okay, so starting off, I do have quite a few pieces here. So I'm going to start with the Fox and Rabbit 2019 Christmas tree. The only reason I'm actually physically showing you the copy is that the copy is free on their website. So this is not any kind of breach or anything like that. You can jump on Fox and Rabbit Designs website and download this one for free, and it's available on there right now. So that's why. So last time you saw this, I would have only done like this top half. So I've come down and now completed the bottom of the tree. So I've got basically, you know, a bulk of it done. This wouldn't take too long to actually smash out. So this is it. So this is so lovely. It's on a piece of 18 count raspberry from Paddock Lane Designs. And I'm doing it in a crew just because I thought it was a bit yellower. So I didn't want like a stark white on this warm, beautiful fabric. And that is where I'm up to. This is so nice. I know that I want to have this completed this year to have out at Christmas. And it's going to be so cute. I'm so excited. And this is actually only on half of this. So I know I have like a whole other piece that I can do on that piece of fabric, which is so nice. Okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Tiny Modernist Nutcracker tree. So I had mentioned in my last video that I did want to have this row completed and the outline of this. I think that was maybe a little too lofty a goal, but I did get distracted in the last sort of 2 weeks, which I will explain, you will see why, but I probably could have definitely finished that goal if I had just focused on this. But we have so many projects and we get excited. I had some things come in that I wanted to stitch on straight away, and that's just the excitement around basically being a cross stitcher with so many options now. So this is where I got to. So I essentially got all of the baubles done, the candy canes done, that tier. This leaf just under that will be the final tier, and then we're at the bottom of the tree. So I feel like I did actually get some pretty good progress. Not as much as I wanted to and hoped to, obviously, but I'm very happy with how this is going. I have this tree from Tiny Modernist and another one, which I'll show next, just so it makes the most sense. But I love these trees. I've actually completed one in the past. And I'd like to finish this one so that then I can start the Wizard of Oz one as well. So this is so beautiful. So this is on a piece of 18 count Jungle from Paddock Lane Designs. If you do like this particular dyeing of this color, if you were to order it, I would just put some notes in there that you'd like a lighter version, because I've had 2 pieces of this and Lisa does sort of dye it in a lighter and a darker version. I've had both, and this is significantly lighter than the other piece that I have. Yeah, so that is that one. In theory, I'd like to have that finished this year. In reality, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, on that same vein, I'm gonna go straight into the other tree that I have. So this is the Alice in Wonderland tree, also from Tiny Modernist. I didn't do a huge amount on this, but basically that teacup, there's a lot of counting. There's more in that than you would actually think. So since you saw it last, I did tackle some of that teacup, and I did the 2 hearts. I know I stitched the eyes and the mouth that wasn't previously done, so there's a bit of progress there. This is done on a piece of 18 count camo by Paddock Lane Designs. And just for a bit of like background, like if you like Be Stitch Me's Catacombs, this is very, very similar color. Very, very similar. So if you're in Australia and it's obviously a bit harder to get those fabrics, this is a very good alternative, and it's very, very close. So that is that one. Okay. So the next one I did very limited stitches on, but I did stitch on it. So this is from Beauty and the Beast. This is out of a Disney cross stitch magazine, and I did pick this one up as well over the last month. So where am I? Here we go. So I did stitch some of Lumiere over here. I did some fill-in up here, and the cloche, is that what they call it? Thing over the rose. There is some stitching over here that I chucked some stitches in there. Yeah, this one, I think I've mentioned this before, but the cross stitch, the Disney cross stitch magazines, I love them. I have like 150 of them now, but their patterns aren't that easy to read, and they also don't photocopy well. So if you're marking them off, I find that I'm having to flick between the one I'm marking off and the original just to make sure that I am getting the right symbols in the right spot. And that can just be a little bit tricky. So I think that's slowing me down a bit, but I don't have a lot. Like I do, I'm probably about halfway, but yeah, it's just slows you down a little bit. So this is on a piece of 18 count Paddock Lane Designs. Most of mine are on Paddock Lane Designs fabric in the color Cruising. It was a fabric of the month quite some time ago now. I don't know if I have a tag. Yes, I do. So this was July's of last year, fabric of the month. So this might be available now soon. I'm not 100% sure, but you could always reach out to Lisa if this is something that you do want. And the same thing, like I've got a whole nother side to put something on. So I love that. I will finish that eventually. It's just slow going. Okay, what have I got here? All right. So I did chalk basically, I think I did quite a bit on this as well. No, yes. Okay, so since my last Flosstube, I jumped over here, did some stitching, and I started this bottom tentacle thing. This is the Black Pearl from the Witchy Stitcher. So this is what it will look like when it's completed. I absolutely love this. So that is it there. And this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Lavender Fields. So that's that one. 18 count Lavender Fields, Paddock Lane Designs, sorry. Beautiful. Okay, that belongs to that. All right, so this is Never Underestimate the Difference You Make by Emma Congdon / Stitch Rovia, and this is from the Cross Stitch for the Earth book. So I feel like I did a bit on this too, actually. Okay, So I came down, did the curve here, did some lettering, and then I pretty much completed this little bird. It's not fully done, but you know, there's a bit of stitching in there. And this is really lovely. This is a piece of 18 count bushfire from Paddock Lane Designs. I believe this might have been September's fabric of the month. I do know that she's on and off dyed some bits of this though, so this is just stunning fabric. I love this so much. So that is that one. Okay. So there is a bit of haul, so if you feel like I sort of rushed through that, I do have a little bit to talk about here. I'm just gonna grab all of that. Okay, so this I'm gonna show you, but it sort of is like haul and cross stitch and a full finish and all the things all at once. So, how am I gonna, okay, I'm just gonna show you. So this is a fully finished pattern. This is from the Halloween Just Cross Stitch magazine that is part of the haul. So this I started and finished since my last Flosstube and my Whip Parade. So over the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks, I started this and finished it. It's really lovely, and this is a piece of 18 count lavender, and it's raw, so it's got that like rustic look, and it's just stunning. This fabric comes up as part of haul, as well as the pattern as well. And then on the other side, I also sort of completed this little bat. He's so cute, so I just need to do the back stitching. So once I finished him, I stopped stitching on this because I kind of want to show you now and then show you in my next video that he's all completed with his back stitch, which I hate back stitch, so that may not happen, but in theory I'd like to come back and show you him all completed with his back stitch and looking cute and finished. He's so cute. Yeah. So realistically, if I hadn't finished that and done all this, I probably could have pretty much finished the Nutcracker. Let's be honest. But I got something new and shiny and played with it, so what can I say? Oh, I think this is the little bat. I'm trying to come in. Look how cute he's gonna look with his back stitch. So it'll be so fun. I'm so excited to have like a before and after of that, because I don't do a lot of back stitch because I don't like it, but you know, it will make such a big difference. Okay, so coming into haul, then this is a longer part of the video, so if that's not your thing, thank you so much for watching. My next one won't be as rushed through, but I just have a bit to talk about. So I did an order through A Stitch in Time, which is in Tasmania, because they were the only people that had this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine and last year's. So I did want last year's, but I never picked it up. So I just thought, if I'm paying for shipping, I may as well find a site that has both and just, you know, get it over and done with. I'm in New South Wales, and it did take about 2 weeks for them to, you know, complete the order, ship it, blah, 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 and it gets to my house. So this is 2023's one, so last year's one, which I really did want. I haven't picked anything necessarily out of that yet, but the 2 that I just showed you were out of this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine. The main reason I got this was Laura at Stitching by the Shore did a Flosstube extra where she flicked through this magazine and like talked about the patterns and different ways that she sort of had interpreted ways you could do them. So I will link her channel below so you can find that if you are interested. I think that it's amazing how everyone can interpret these patterns differently, interpret how they would like to stitch it differently, would pick and choose colors for fabric differently. So I really enjoyed that video, and yeah, it was probably, I'm pretty sure I actually paused that video and went and bought these and then went back and finished it. So yeah. Okay, so there are those 2. All right, now fabric, I do have a bit of haul. I am going to start with my fabric of the month clubs because I did want to film this video last week, but then I got my email saying that my fabric of the month was coming from Lisa at Paddock Lane Designs. So I was like, oh, I may as well just wait at this point. So this is July's fabric of the month club for Paddock Lane Designs, and it is called Applesauce. So cute. So it's a big piece. I'm gonna show you this way. I shut the windows behind, but there's still like light that just comes through. When it's folded over, you can sort of see it a bit better. But it is so pretty. It's like pink and yellow and green, but like not crazy. She did say it was sort of inspired by the Mirabilia that was just released. So yeah, I think this is really lovely. I have no idea what I'm going to put on it, and it is a massive piece of fabric. So that's always exciting. I just never know what to do on them because I'm like, do I want to put something on that they're going to go together? Are they going to be a pair? Who knows? Yeah, and then my fabric of the month from Crafty Leanie came, and it is called Poseidon. I know it's the Greek mythology creature. I can never pronounce them properly, but anyway, I'll just get the little tag off. So this is a fat quarter, and what I just showed you that Lisa sent me was a fat quarter. So I know that Lisa was a little bit generous with me this month, which I really appreciate because I'm a massive fan. But anyway, sorry, here I am still talking about Lisa and I'm showing someone else's fabric. Crafty Leanie. This is beautiful. It's bright, it's blue, it's got like a green tinge to it. It's very similar to last month's Fabric of the Month Club from Lisa, to be honest. I've got two big pieces of blue like this. This would have been stunning if I was stitching the Deadly Aquarium by Lola Crow. And like, that's not completely out of the option of something that I still might stitch. So it's nice to know that I have a piece like that, because I wouldn't necessarily pick something this dark and modeled in this like mossy green way. Like, I know I wouldn't buy that. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just not something I'd see on a website and be like, oh yeah, you know. But it's very, very nice. So yeah. Okay, so, and then I did some shopping. So Lisa at Paddock Lane Designs had a smalls like sale. So, and then she had a Mistyes sale. So I did pick up some things, and I used one of them. So one of the pieces were on, was what the bat was stitched on. I'm going to show this one first because this is the other piece of like natural fabric that I got. So this is Bushfire. So I showed this before with one of my projects, but it was like the normal version. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull it straight back out because this is on the raw. So I'll go the end that's not stitched on. So this is like your normal Ada, and then this is the raw version. So it has like, it's like orangier, it's thicker because it's the raw, and up close you can sort of see how this is just like a nice, like flat, but this is just rustic and cool. So I'm really excited to put something on that. It's very, very nice. Okay, so then I got a piece of Royal Mare. So she has a whole range of these like royal colors, and this is just like a really nice brown. I don't have any idea what I'm going to put on it. This is generally not a color that I would like purchase, but I just thought it was really cool. And it's just like a neutral brown, like there's nothing offensive about it. It's just like, I don't know, it's just interesting. I just have no idea what to put on it though, because everything I have is in that like pastel-y sort of lighter dyeing, other than, you know, the bright red and the purple. So I just thought it was interesting. So I'm really glad I picked that up. The next one here is Colonial Parchment. So this one, sorry, my daughter's home, so if you hear her, it is what it is. That's it there. I do need to chuck an iron over it, but like I don't know what I'm putting on it yet, so I can worry about that in the future. So this is really lovely as well. All of these are 18 count because that's what I stitch on. That's it there, a little bit closer. It's so hard to show. Yep, so that's really nice. What is this? So this might be Prim. This was the only one that didn't have a tag, and I know that I bought a piece of Prim. Very similar, but there's just no modeling really. Like it's very, very light modeling. Yeah, this is like one of those colors that are just good for everything because it's pretty much neutral. It's not white, obviously, but it may as well be. Like it's just easy. This is an easy fabric to pair something up with. Okay, and then I got a piece of 18 count Nebula, which is an opal. And I didn't realize it was an opal, or maybe I wasn't listening and just got excited because it was like a sale done by Live on Facebook. So you had to like be the quickest person in there to get your piece. So this is it. This is such a me color. This is beautiful. But yeah, it is an opal. I'll see if I can show you like close up. See the sparkle? It's so beautiful. I don't stitch on a lot of opal. I think I've only got one project on an opal. And it's so pretty, but the modeling on this is just lovely. I love purples. So that's it. And the last small I have is Blue Sky. And this was actually, full disclaimer, this was gifted to me with my purchases and, you know. So it's just a really lovely light blue. So many things I could stitch on that. It's very similar to the cruising actually that my Beauty and the Beast pattern's on. So that's it there. It's really pretty. Yeah. Okay, so the next two pieces are actually the same fabric, but they are from the like dye spot sale. So some of them just have, like they just have some spots on them. But they're big pieces and they were a fair bit cheaper than like the normal range. And for where the spots are versus some of my patterns, it's irrelevant, to be honest. So this is the first piece I got. So this is quite big as well. So this was $27 and marked down because of, you can see that big dye spot. There are a couple little pink spots, but as I said, I just love this purple. And this is the Lavender Parfait. And I actually do have a big piece of this that was a fabric of the month. That's like a perfect one. So it's nice to be able to have a few pieces of it. I'd like to do something where there's almost like a bunch of little patterns. Like I'd like to see this wall, just fill it up with little circles, like the little hoops or whatever of like patterns done on the one fabric. I just think it'd be really cool. And I have quite a few walls like this. I don't hang these pictures because these were all stitched by my nan. So say like this one just here is actually older than me. So it was stitched in 88 and you know, it's faded and I'm sure that this was pretty much white once, but I know that it lived in my nan's kitchen and that house has not been in the family for, I want to say at least 5 years at this stage, and they lived in that house for 30 or 40, but it was hanging up, I'd say, from the time it was framed till the time it was sold. And I just love it. So yeah, I don't hang them because I don't want anything to happen to them. And to be honest, like I've talked about it, I have spoken about it before, but if you have missed that, like these were all framed by my grandpa. So like he's framed all of them. And that's like not the only, like this one here, all of them are in different frames. So none of them actually make sense. But there's something about it that I just love, because in the 80s and the 90s, would your grandparents have even thought about that? When now I feel like everything is based on the aesthetic. And if we took a photo, what did it look like online? Where like these were just done for the love of it. and they were all hung up in my grandparents' house, and I guarantee you no one gave two whatevers that the frames were different. It was about what was in them and what they meant. So like, I love that. Anyway, I digress. Off topic there. This one is another piece of the same fabric. This one was a whole $1 more than the other one, because this one's pretty much perfect. I think there's one dye spot, like maybe down here somewhere, right there. Who is going to see that? And like, I could stitch over that in one clean swoop and it's all good. So this is lovely. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. But yeah, that is everything. I'm actually surprised that that didn't take longer. Maybe I need to slow the F down. If anyone has any questions or if I've missed anything, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Yeah, thanks again everyone for the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, all right guys, thanks for watching. Bye.